Hey y'all, it's your girl Mecca. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. This video is kind of a reintroduction. I started on Booktube before, but I never followed through with it, so we're just gonna start over new. Okay, so this video is going to be a Booktuber tag. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I just never did it, so we're gonna do it today. For those of you who don't know what a Booktuber tag is where Booktubers answer questions and we answer questions about Booktube. Okay, so we're gonna start. Of course, if you guys have any questions, comments, leave them below and I will try to answer them. If you see me looking down, I have the questions here on my phone, so there we go. Okay, so the first question is, why did you start this channel? Long story short, I've had this channel for like almost 11 years now, and this channel has been through different phases, but one of my most favorite phases that this channel has been through was the Booktube phase. This is going to be a channel where it incorporates different things, so it's not just me being a booktuber per se on this channel, but it is definitely one of the modalities of this channel. So I started my Booktube portion of this channel because I love to read and I love to connect with other people who read, and I love talking about books. I feel like books are great conversation starters. I feel like, especially when you talk about the Black experience, we got a lot we need to talk about, and a lot of these things are talked about and spoken about in books. So that is why I started this channel. Okay, also, I started to have a place where other people who love to read urban fiction books can come and get a dope review. Short answer. The second question is, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? One is my personality. I'm goofy, okay? Y'all, I ain't got no sense whatsoever, okay? So that's one of the first things that I can bring to Booktube. The second thing that I feel like I can bring is a author's perspective. For those of you who don't know, I am a self-published author. I wrote my book Foolish back in 2018. And I feel like there is a different perspective coming from an author versus coming from a reader. And I feel blessed to have both. So that's what I feel like I can bring. And just a real raw analytic perspective. Why do I love reading? I love reading because reading, first off, it stretches the imagination. And being an author, my imagination is something that is very, very integral and important to writing a book. You have to see what it is that you're writing about. Also, it's just a fun pastime. I've always been a reader ever since I was a little girl. Trigger warning, trauma. But it was my escape when I was younger. I had I'm not going to say a bad childhood, but I had a relatively taxing childhood. And so when I was younger, I would just open a book and escape. And so that's how I started reading. What book or series got you into reading? I don't know if y'all will remember this series. First off, I'm a 90s baby, okay? So I grew up throughout the 90s. The first book that I remember reading and I was like, oh my god, I need to read every book that they put out, is The Bailey School Kids. And The Bailey School Kids was relatively similar to Goosebumps, but just not as intense as Goosebumps was. The Bailey School Kids was a series about a group of kids that would go to school and notice different things. Let me see if I can pull up one of the books. But that used to be my junk, y'all. I used to love The Bailey School Kids. It was a while ago, I was reading one of the books to my niece and she just loved it. And I was like, yes, you are Auntie's baby. Because I love The Bailey School Kids. So they have books like Vampires Don't Wear Polka Dots. What's another one? Frankenstein Doesn't Plant Petunias. Dracula Doesn't Drink Lemonade. I used to love those books. So those are the books that got me started into reading. And then I graduated up into Goosebumps and henceforth, okay? What's the next question? What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? So, consistency. How do y'all not get bored? Even when you're talking outside the realm of YouTube, how do y'all stay motivated to read? Because I have all intentions to read and I just don't be reading, and it sucks because it's something that I really love to do. I guess just being an adult, you have to find the time to do it, but kudos to the booktubers who are constantly reading, because baby, I be falling off. I do. So that would be my question. How do y'all find the time? Okay. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? For me, it will. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. For me, it would be consistency. I have a lot going on at all times. I'm working a full-time job, running a business, running a YouTube, tending to home. So for me, it will just be consistency. But that is one of the things that I vowed this year that I would get better at. And so we gonna be consistent on this channel. If y'all see me slipping, make sure y'all be on my, okay? But yeah, for me, it would be consistency. When did you start reading? Like I said earlier, when I was little, it started, and I want to say like kindergarten, first grade. I came into kindergarten. Well, really, I came into preschool already knowing how to read. My grandparents raised me. They were very like, education is everything. And so I remember my grandfather would like sit with me and help me read to the best of his ability because he was partially illiterate. But just sitting, like those times just sitting with him and like remembering like him trying to read me stories and me practicing reading with like my grandmother and stuff like that, like those are things that I will always cherish. So yeah, I was reading before, like right at the edge of and right before pre-K. Where do you read? Everywhere. That is one of the reasons why I got a Kindle, because as much as I love physical books, I like to read my physical books at home and then take my Kindle with me so I'll have it on the go. So anytime I get a spare minute, I'm reading. Like, and that's one of the things I'm most proud about. Because like towards the end of last year is when I really start to pick up reading again. And so now, any little moment that I have, I try to read, but I try to read on my downtime, because if I get engulfed in a book, that's it for the rest of the day. And the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I love urban fiction books. I love reading books about the Black experience. I'm not really into like the Black YA novels. That's just, it's never, okay. I need something I can relate to. But urban fiction, the only thing that I don't like about urban fiction is I feel like the storylines tends to be a little bit redundant. And which is why I wrote my book, to kind of break the monotony of the whole shoot 'em up. I'm a, drug dealer's girlfriend. My mom's an addict. My daddy wasn't there. I'm a strip. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to break the monotony of that up. And so that's why I wrote my book. But all in all, I love urban fiction. If I had to pick a top three, my top three favorite urban fiction books would be, of course, The Coldest Winter Ever. The next one would be the Truth to the Game series by Terry Woods. And then the third one would be Fly Girl, if I had to pick. But yeah, that is the Booktubers tag. I hope this gave you guys a little bit more insight about me as a booktuber. Again, this is the channel for urban fiction books, so if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know so I can pick the book up, read it, and do a review about it, okay? I can't wait to go on this urban fiction journey with you guys, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.